These are the Luna messages I like to do. I usually keep these on Patreon, okay? But I'm back, okay? These are the collective Luna messages. Usually the moon deals with the subconscious, things that are hidden. And it's interesting because according to Vedic astrology, the sun is in Scorpio. The moon is in Pisces today, right now. And we have Mercury in Scorpio, Mars in Scorpio. North Node is actually retrograded currently in Pisces. We have Chiron in Pisces. A lot of deep-rooted, I guess, triggers, traumas, things that are not easily identified, things that we tend to hide, especially with all the Scorpio energy and the Pisces. I don't know, some of you may have gotten lost in the sauce. Some of you guys may still be lost in the sauce here. The only hope I have here that I can give you guys is Venus is in Virgo currently, and Venus is definitely trying to get these things together, okay? But I'm not sure if Venus in Scorpio is enough to clean up all of this. It's a lot going on right here. Some of you may be feeling emotional, not necessarily knowing why, but also it can be an empowering time. It just depends who I'm talking to and who's watching this, okay? All right, so usually, okay, I do have these messages on Patreon, and I do tap into individual signs. All right, but I will be posting collectives for the collective moving forward. Let's go ahead and see what's going on in the energy. Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands. But in this Ten of Wands, homegirl, she's the crone, okay? The crone is extremely wise and has been here many times. Very wise, I'll just say. Seasoned. But you see how the wands, usually the Ten of Wands is like, you'll see people trying to carry the Ten of Wands. This is being dropped, released, okay? It also reminds me of the astrology forecast that I did, where it was, I think it's Mercury in Scorpio squaring Neptune, retrograded in Pisces. And basically what was going on with the mind and source, because Neptune is the divine source. There was some type of negotiation that was occurring, or should be occurring for some of you. Some people may ignore the call. Some people may ignore the meeting. Some people may ignore. I was also getting judgment as well. Some people, yeah, I was definitely getting heavy energy of judgment. Some people with the Ace of Swords. Sorry, but some people may ignore the judgment. They may ignore the call. This is essentially what it is. They may ignore. When we talk about going to court, what is the saying? Good thing I don't know. I don't want to go in there. They may ignore their court date. And then if that happens, usually they get, a warrant for their arrest, Eight of Swords energy, spiritual jail time there. And then you got to bail yourself out, money and time, energy, and you got to pay that there. But some people are going to take that route there, but others are going to surrender. I surrender all. That was a song growing up in church, but anywho. Surrender. But anywho. Some of you are going to have a negotiation or should show up to spiritual court, show up to judgment, and pretty much surrender these burdens here. I'm nice, but no, thanks God for the gift there. What'd I say? What? They gonna do a trade-off. I said it was like the Temperance card with the Two of Pentacles. It's like a negotiation, a trading type of vibe. Like, how you, I don't know, some of you may, gotten divorced or whatever, but it's just kind of like, all right, I'm gonna give you this, and you can get a little bit of this. It's kind of like you're like, you know what, God, I'm gonna give you all this pain, triggers, trauma, hurt, resentment, bitterness, jadedness, anger, rage. I'm gonna give it all. I'm surrender. And I'm gonna need you to go ahead and alchemize, do what you gotta do, God, temperance energy. And I'm gonna need you to spit back a free slate. It's kind of like, I don't know, like it's like a free, clean slate is really the energy that I'm getting. It's like a clean slate. And it reminds me, yeah, it does remind me of that. You know, I'm trying to change how I do things moving forward, but I don't know if you guys have noticed that like all my videos from 3 years ago are gone. I don't know why I did what I did for that to occur, but now in this reading at this very moment, I realize what has occurred. It's a clean slate. So personally, this is definitely indicating to me that I went to the court. I went to the court. I went to spiritual court, and I got my my charges were read off to me there, and my charges were read off. And to avoid jail time, I just went ahead and I copped a plea. And the plea was community service. As y'all can see me out here doing the collective messages again, because y'all saw I was shutting down. So here I am doing community service. And I guess I got some karmic debt too, but you know, I got to pay off there. But you know, I rather that, you know, and than the jail time. Because I don't know about y'all, but I was in a holding cell. And it was cold and lonely. And I didn't like it there. Let me get serious with y'all. But seriously, that's like the energy that I'm getting here. You're going to have some people who go to court, go to spiritual court, and allow Anubis to do what she do, or he do what he do. A lot of people want to avoid judgment, and you know, just me going through what I had to go through, I ain't judging nobody, period. You know, I understand why, you know, people ignore the call. Some people just don't know that they're being called. I had a change of heart, literally. I'm at a clean slate here, and so this is essentially what I'm getting in the air. All right, some of you are... What is that? What are you saying? What is it when you put all your debt together? What is that? Oh, that's gonna bother me. It's at the... What is it when you put all your debt when you put all your debt together and then it's like a lump sum of a payment? What is that? Oh, that's gonna bother me. We have the Page of Wands coming out in the reverse. And that's that Pisces energy here. You know, you're creating, but whatever it is that you were creating was creating this. Or because you had this energy, you weren't able to create this energy. It's like you didn't have access to your child, your inner child here. Heavy emphasis on that. And I know in the spiritual community that is overused, and you know, it's not really explained in depth what that is, and it's, you know, it can be annoying to hear that, you know, your inner child. I get it. Right now I'm not about to explain it, and I do apologize for that, but it's kind of like when you are, I don't know, when you're burdened by the weight of the world, when you're burdened by bills and this and that, that's usually what happens. We have to grow up. We have to grow up, and the ego kicks in, and it's definitely about survival, and then you have to protect yourself. So the ego is there, and then there's fear that comes into play, and then you operate on that energy for a good amount of time, a good amount of time. You don't remember, nor do you even feel comfortable with your moon energy, who you truly are. And that is, you know, who you truly are. We're all kids at heart, right? The moon is the heart. you know, and so that does get lost, and then it gets denied and rejected, and then it gets buried so deep and denied so hard that now you're tapping into Lilith energy, and now you feel like who you truly are at your core is evil, or now you feel like who you truly are, you know, you're embarrassed by it. You're embarrassed, you know, that you still have kid needs. You have kid wants, you still want attention, you still want to be loved, you still want to, you know, be snuggled and taken care of. And these are things that, you know, you are embarrassed of and don't have access to, nor do you know how to communicate that, because you don't know how to communicate with your inner self. You just haven't been there. So I say all that to say, I mean, these are moon messages, so they're gonna go deep. Okay, let me go deep, deep, deep. Yo, let me go deep. Yeah, I feel like some of you guys are trading this, because if you see this here, I'm trying to show my face, you guys, but it's crazy because I like to show y'all the cards, but I don't know, y'all like to see my face, so here I am, right? So y'all not going to be able to see the cards unless I get some software, but yeah, it looks like you guys are trading in. This is the debt. What are you going to choose? Are you going to choose the Page of Wands and start over? Or are you going to keep holding on to whatever this is here that you don't want to let go of? You know? Personally, my moon is in Aries in the 5th house. I'm very childlike, very much so. And I refuse to allow that to slither away. I'm a child at heart. I really am. And, you know, children cannot hold on to grudges. You know, you give them a lollipop, give them some sweets. For me, give me some brownies. All of your wrongdoings have gone away. You just got me a brownie. You don't understand how much I love brownies. But that's like childlike, you know, when we are in the ego, you don't want to let that go. You want to hold on to that anger. You want to hold on to whatever it is that's holding you. And then it gets, you know, you tap it into devil energy there. So this is basically what's going on at this time. You have people here who are all being called to court. 5 of Swords is reversed here. You got people here who are being called to court. And it's just pretty much like, what are you going to do? You know, some people do not show up at all. And that right there is already like, you know, no message is the message. Like, you not showing up to court already, that's a default. I don't even know the term, man. I don't be in court. And I can't tell you when's the last time I was in court? I think I went to court maybe a year ago for traffic. Maybe a year and a half ago for traffic. And they dropped the case. They just dropped the case. I don't know what the terminology is for it, but you know, some people are just not going to go to court, and they're going to have a spiritual bounty on their head. And you know, nobody, I mean, I don't want to say that. I don't want to project that. It's just, yeah, we have the Page of Pentacles here. That's crazy. Yeah, that's like research to me, but that's also trying to find out who you are to tap back into this Page of Wands energy. And I didn't mean to cut off my sentence abruptly, but I guess it didn't matter anymore. Nothing matters anymore. Nothing even matters. Page of Cups. A lot of pages. A lot of new slates. Yeah, I'm sorry. Is this Temperance? This is Temperance, yeah. Star card. Wow. And then we have the 6 of Wands, and the 6 of Wands is reversed because this Page of Wands is reversed. This is literally going back to for me, it'd be the 1990s and the 2000s. Birdman vibes, but for some of you, you know, you take it back to where you need to take it back. That's where you're going, though. if you show up to court. Look, 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 look. 6 of Wands reverse. 6 of Pentacles. Right back to that kitty stuff. Look at the Justice at the top. This is a clean slate, everyone. If you go to court, if you face your charges, We also have, this is the Devil card in this deck. And you see how it's the older woman. The same older woman here. Like I said, it's like you're dropping this devil energy here that's been holding on to you here. Empress is in the reverse, and then here's the 8 of Wands. This is about being spiritually guided and led. Here's the Crow Call and the 8 of Wands. Go ahead and watch the Crow Call. I posted that as well. What was the title of that? Oh, New Construction. New. You know, if y'all saw ATL, because I always rock the new. Try not to curse. Try not to curse. There's no growth. This is death. If the abundance is, the Empress is the abundance. If there's no growth, then the only other alternative is death. And just kind of reiterating from the Crow Call, I was getting, the Empress was coming out literally upright, and I felt like there was like some type of block there, like some type of, you know, gated community energy there. I didn't see any cards that would indicate that, like the 7 of Swords. I'm wearing the 7 of Wands. I just felt the energy like surrounding it, and that makes sense as to why, because you have Temperance, you have angels around. Angels, ancestors, like just think of a child, you know, in a perfect world, children are extremely protected. Like it doesn't matter what you do, you don't mess with the children. You don't do that. You just don't do that. Like that right there. I don't even have children, and I'm very sensitive about the welfare, the well-being of children. You do not mess with children. They are protected. And even if you are an adult, like I am, right? It's like you are being protected, provided for, and taken. Oh man, don't make me cry. Like a child. Even if you don't see no one around. Like I'm alone, and I'm usually alone, but I'm not alone. I'm never alone. And one of the things that I personally have been going through lately is that I'm always alone, but for some reason it was like me being alone as if I didn't have a connection to God, to spirit. And that was due to I was in contempt. I was in spiritual jail. And it really reminds me, the best way to help you understand what that feels like, or what that may look like in the physical, or whatever, however, I don't know how I want to articulate this, but it's like the Passion of the Christ. When, you know, Yeshua was on the cross and he's looking up like, why have you forsaken me? It was like the skies were dark, and there was a disconnection, like there was a disconnect with Yeshua and God. That's pretty much where I was at for a little while, and I'm trying to tell you like that, right? Like that's a different type of lonely. That's a different type of lonely. It makes me very emotional just thinking about that. But in that, it's like you don't understand love until you don't have it. You don't understand true love until you don't have it. You don't understand how protected you are until you don't have it. You don't understand how in danger, you know, you don't understand how dangerous the world is until you don't have protection, like I said. And I personally had to go through that recently, and it just changed my entire perspective of life. It changed, you know, it's like my heart. It's just everything that was 10 of Wands up in there. I just let it go. Like whatever, like it's to the point where it's like whatever happens, it's just gonna happen. Like. You got it. Yes, Lord. Yes. You want me to? Oh, okay. You discomfort? Okay. You want me to do? You want me to do community service? Okay. Oh yeah. You want me to forgive? Okay. Yep. All right. Well, you money funny. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Figure it out. You know, children don't worry about money, and unless they're like hungry or something like that. But yeah, I'm getting hot. This is just the energy I'm getting, you guys. It's clean slate energy, and right now with this 8 of Wands and here's the 2 of Wands, it's like you're being guided to create, to be weird, to tap back into your imaginary friends and just all the things you did as a kid, like the weird stuff. You know, kids are pretty weird, right? But be weird. I don't know. It's all right to be vulnerable. It's all right to cry. Like, that's what kids do. It's all right to ask for help. That's what kids do. And kids are happy. Like you see in the 6 of Wands here. Some of you, maybe, you know, you don't recall ever having happy moments when you were a child. And this is why you're getting a clean slate. Some of you too, I don't know, because I don't have children of my own, but I have always heard from like my sisters or just people in general, like when they have children, it's like that is the universe's way for them to kind of like heal any type of inner child wounding that they have. Like, how else, you can only do but so much healing. It's kind of like when you're in school, you know, and you're studying something, like, okay, you're studying it, you're reading it, but you're not really going to retain it, or it's not really going to matter until you experience it. This is also the energy I'm getting, especially with this Page of Pentacles. It's just kind of like, okay, you're studying, you're trying to get back into what it is you liked when you were a kid, or whatever the case is. But there's only so much you can learn. There's only so much you can do or understand. It's like you may have to experience it now to heal that. I don't know. You know, I don't have kids, so I don't know. I haven't reached that level of healing, but I am definitely getting that. And I was picking up on that in the astrology forecast with I think it was Lilith retrograde squaring the moon. And so, you know, it doesn't have to talk about children alone, but it could talk about intimacy. It could talk about childbirth. It could talk about motherhood, fatherhood, but intimacy or just creations, projects. You may feel insecure, or maybe insecurity here. This, you know, children, that's Leo energy. You know, it's not getting attention or getting the wrong kind of attention, or I know this energy very well. It's very painful, but I let it go. I don't know, just feeling like a nobody, feeling like you're not important, or like whatever it is that you do create, Page of Wands energy, just feeling like your parents didn't praise it or gas it up or put it, like, didn't hype you up, like, oh my gosh, like my kid is the best. You may not have ever had that there, you know. You make your little shot at, you know, in your extracurricular activities, and your parent may not have even been there. They may not even wanted to sign you up. Let alone, you know, that's my boy. That's my boy. Like, you may never have had that, right? You know, a lot of us may be, you know, grown, still trying to prove, you know, to our parents, like, look at what I'm doing. Like, we may, you know, there's some people who are like that. Others may have just given up. And of course, all inner child things affect how your relationships with others. It's a direct connection there. So you have some people, I see the 8 of Wands with the crow call. 2 of Wands is like they're being guided to go here, but they may not. Here's the 9 of Wands, and then here's the 8 of Cups reverse. They may not go. Then you have tell me when to go. They're not going. We have the Fool card. They may not go. They may go the other direction here with this Knight of Wands, or this could just be you know, feeling like they just don't want to go up against this Queen of Swords energy. Hierophant, they don't want to be told what to do, when to do. They just, and that's okay, you guys. Like, there's just, you know, and if you're dealing with someone in that energy, it's just best to let go, as opposed to, you know, to keep re-inflicting this wounding. You know, you break your arm. Why would you keep doing whatever it is you're doing to break your arm again? You know, someone didn't love you the first time. Why is there a second? If somebody didn't do right by you the first time, why is there a second, a third, or a fourth? If your parents or whomever didn't see your worth or your value the first time, okay, cool. Okay, great. Some of you still have some Pluto and Capricorn in the 4th house energy to demolish, and there may be still something you're holding on to. I personally know what the hell that means for me. You know, my dad just did something really nice for me recently, and it's interesting because when he did it, I was in the middle of doing my astrology forecast, and I even typed this up if you guys are in the tier for astrology forecast, but I started questioning like his intentions behind it. And nobody really wants to do that with their own parent, but it's just like, you know, me, my family, we have a history, a really bad history. And I don't, you know, I'm grateful for it, but it's just like, why are you doing this now? And I guess energetically, it's just, to me, I'm picking up on, I guess, like in a subconscious Piscean, hidden 12th house realm kind of way, unknown, reading between the lines in kind of way. Like, I feel like that was his way of trying to keep the connection there. And that's a connection that has to be let go of. And well, you guys, yeah, I don't know. We have the Queen of Wands here. It's weird because it's like I keep feeling like I need to cry, but there's just no tears. Because I just can't cry no more because I'm over you and I can't be thinking about you. Too many things on my mind besides you. I've seen things deeper to you and I just can't cry no more. Queen Slate, I don't know. Cut the cord. Cut the cord. I know some of you are thinking about going back to school. It's just something about creating, or, and that can, there's so many things that can be created. So many things. At any point in time. Simultaneously. You can create emotion right now. You can watch this right now and have an emotion. You just created emotion. You just created a thought. We're creating at all times. Everyone's creative. We got the bear. Oh, that is so cute. Oh, we got the dark moon here too, and the bear. Okay. Let's see. Dark moon. We got the number 8. Some of you guys may be seeing 8 a lot. Also spring. Okay. I'm gonna have to. We have spring here. We also have cervix here. Interesting. Yikes. Huh. We have spring. I am ready to grow. Springtime, when the earth begins its deep inhale, reawakening of the sun. Reawakening to signs of life and vibrancy. After a time of dormancy, there is an urgency and excitement to get on with growing already. The spring season beckons you with the hope of all that is ready to be nurtured. Nurturement. You may have spent some time recently turning inward, allowing for rest and visioning. Now the energy has had a chance to replenish and build its supplies. You are ready to stroke or stoke. Chill. Don't. What y'all stroking? I got 20/20 vision. All right. You are ready to stoke the flames and begin once again, just as the seedlings and the initial crops of springtime are not immediately ready for harvest. Your next project or process, refer to the crow call because I said there was a process. And I just talked about a project. Will take some time to come into fruition. You are reminded to notice where a spark of inspiration has been lit and direct your energies and efforts towards nourishing that growing flame. Let's go ahead and talk about the dark moon. Lilith energy. The dark. Getting ahead of myself here. The dark moon, I am the creator. I am a creator being. The dark moon opens up the opportunities to explore a blank slate. Didn't I just say it's giving clean slate vibes? Let me go ahead and just spin the block on that one more time. The dark moon opens up the opportunities to explore a blank slate somewhere in your life. Within the darkness of the void, there is fertile ground for a seed to be planted. I don't know. Maybe I should know. But isn't the seed planted in the cervix? No, it's the uterus. Take that part out. They don't need to know that. Ain't that there? Ain't the cervix where the baby go? The seedling. Ain't that there? I promise, I am a woman. I promise. I am. So what seed do you hope to plant right now? Clearly, I need to plant some seeds of education because wait. So, before the moon can begin to grow anew, before an oak can sprout from an acorn, you must call forward the vision of each of these in their fullest expression. Let's go ahead and get the mama bear. Reminds me like hibernation, but also protection. You don't want to play with a bear's cubs or babies. You don't want to play with anyone's babies. So the bear comes through and it's saying that I trust in my sacred boundaries, fiercely protective and finely attuned to the subtle seasonal shifts that cue the call towards hibernation. Bear brings teachings of awareness, preparation, and discernment with a watchful eye over their offspring. You are the divine's offspring. You're the baby buddy. You're a baby. Aww. Yeah, even with this Queen of Wands, it's just, even with the Six of Swords, with the Knight of Swords and the Six of Swords, it's like you are the baby, like in the boat, like you're, I don't know, you're just really protected and loved and I don't know. I feel so like, I don't know what is happening right now. The bear is well known for being uncompromising in their vigilance and always conscious of their resources. This animal ally works with a nose in the air to sniff out the shifting winds, knowing when it's time to play, plan, or prioritize rest. As a classic character of hibernation, Bear guides you with the intentionality to take stock of your needs, asking you to question what you require, to fortify the boundaries that serve you best. Now is the time to assess where your time, energy, and resources are being directed. All right, y'all. Let's get a numerology card for you guys. Community service. Yo, where do I come up with this stuff? Yeah. I'm doing community service. Yeah. No, I think that's really what's happening spiritually, though. That's crazy. A bad kid in juvenile school. Too funny. More punishment. What's this? Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon and Leo energy. And full moons are a time to release. And we've been talking about this Leo energy with this Six of Wands and this little page. Well, all these little pages, these kids, these children. We believe the future are our children. And letting go of the ego. I think I mentioned that already, the ego. Very interesting. Everything is hitting. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. A little bit. I think my gifts have changed a bit. I think they have changed a bit. Surrender. Fear. Any other messages, please? Ooh. Mayday, mayday. Oh, y'all don't want to surrender. Is that what's going on here? Surrender to passion or surrender? Yeah, surrender to passion. Interesting. Surrender comparison to others. Let's take a look. Surrender stress. That's a hard one, but not really, right? We talked about this. 10 of Wands and get out of this 5 of Swords energy. I didn't even address the 5 of Swords the way I should have, but I think that's the whole point. Be a kid. Be a kid. All kids kind of know, you know, their limit. They know, you know, their mama bear, papa bear. You know, they're not having that, you know. I can go out and play, but mama bear, papa bear said I need to be home when the street lights come on. So it's, I say that, you know, with the surrendering stress and just being a kid, like kids do know their little limit there. They know, you know, all right, let me just chill out because, yeah, I can get away with a little bit of this, but not a little bit of that, you know? So I say that, like, don't be all irresponsible about some things, like, but be a kid. I don't know, be weird. Be weird. Be weird. Just be weird. That's all I keep wanting to say is be weird. We also have surrender to effortlessness, and that can only be done when you surrender that 10 of Wands and the stress. Oh, I just feel like you guys are so cute. Aww. I want a baby. It's like, no. I don't know. You want me to, God? Is that what you, is that God? Is that what's destined? I